I'll get started on just talking about how we roll out a composable solution. And the primary thing to really nail down is a phased approach. What is the most effective? Like, what's the MVP? What's the version one you can get out the door, knowing that there's going to be version two, three, and four that are coming? And we want to be able to do that so it's like less complicated. We can do it much easier. It's way faster, and we can start seeing return on our efforts more quickly. All of that being said, we're going to plan to iterate to get to version two, version three, version four. And so it's good to have that medium and long term plan set up ahead of time, knowing that you're going to be iterating quickly. And that's really just a really good way for you can see successes early. So, like, your team is happier, but also you can actually start seeing the fruits of your labors actually get out the door and being shipped. And we want to be shipping often and getting used to shipping out, more often than we probably used to. I think a monolithic sort of approach to shipping is usually, once every 60 days or something, like, or even longer, 90 days. Some folks do quarterly. So we want to be shipping whatever that means for you. I think almost every day would be a good thing for in terms of content, but shipping new features, maybe weekly or biweekly, certainly is a much more agile approach that we can take with composable solutions.
Definitely. I can add one thing here too, is that someone can come to the table and say, "Hey, I can roll out a monolithic project in phases as well. I can do that," and so it's kind of pushes back against this being any different. I think what the big difference there is in a monolithic project, because you're rolling out different components of the same platform, you have to actually figure out all your requirements, all your kind of touch points over the next 5 to 10 years of what you need to do to evaluate whether that monolithic platform is the right one for you. Versus, so all your requirements have to be done. Versus on the composable solution, because each system is often a different company or a different platform, you can make those completely siloed projects. So you can look at your CMS as an example, make sure it has all the things you need for that. Then you can look at an e-commerce platform. Then you can look at search. You can go through each of those independently, including the requirements phase. Doesn't mean you don't plan some of them. So if e-commerce is going to come out in 3 years, it's kind of like what you said here, Joel, plan to iterate. You can actually do a high level idea of requirements and the composable solution beforehand, but you don't actually have to get to the nitty gritty and really dive into it. So you can get things out faster, like what you said here, we're shipping more often.
Yeah, and I think what you said there actually works with regards to the teams in your organization as well. So not only does it work with regards to the composable technology, but composable teams. You might have a problem that you're trying to solve as part of your MVP that uses a very small number of people. If you're in a monolithic project where it's like, hey, we got to bring everybody into this, now we might have like dozens of people and teams that are involved, and
Yeah,
that's going to slow everything down. So we want to stay nimble.
yeah, for sure.